Lonely Child Boxing.
Welcome to Team Lonely Child Boxing, keeping it real boxing, everything boxing. Talk to me today, man. What y'all doing in here, man? We got a lot to get to, man. Y'all surprising me early, man. What y'all want to talk about in the comment section? I got a list, but you know, always good to hear what y'all got on your mind today. What's hot? What's popping with you, man? A lot going on in the sport of boxing. But talk to me, man. Boxing to DC, what up? What's up with y'all, man? How y'all doing today, man? Talk to me. Good to see y'all today. Man. Pray everybody have a wonderful Labor Day. Ain't too much going on. Oh, man, what happened to my banner? What up, champion? What happened to my banner? Come on now. Get me back right. There we go, man. We back. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I might pop a few people in here today. I might not, man. I've been off my game this week. But we here, and we gonna get it in, man. You know what I mean? Well, since y'all don't want to talk to me, I'm just gonna get it started, man. Well, I'm pretty sure y'all heard by now that Oscar Valdez, you know, for those that don't know, he recently had a big fight last year where he scored a shocking upset knockout over Burchett, and you know everybody, he was the new hotness. He had a title fight coming up soon, and then he recently popped the drug test, and then the shocking revelation is that they even going to allow him to keep his fight date or continue to still make a fight happen, even though he failed the drug test. No suspension, no nothing, which we all know is crazy in the sport of boxing. I don't know how you pop a drug test and still get to keep your fight date. News to me. Don't know how that happens, but that it happened. So, that go right there. Let us know right there that it's, I mean, what can I say, man? Boxing is just one of those sports that it's a lot of things we got to clean up. But I mean, do what y'all think? You think he should be able to keep his fight date? Should he be suspended? Oh, talk to me. All right, what up, James? Good to see you in here. No one should be surprised by the WBC's decision. I'm surprised. I am surprised anyone is surprised. Well, some things we thought was a no-brainer. Some things we thought was like, okay, this can't happen. But apparently it did happen, and they letting them get away with it. And I don't know. I mean, is it the Canelo connection? Is it because he connected? Because don't get me wrong, we're gonna get the Canelo because he was tied into a lot of this. But it's because he connected to the Canelo. I mean, what makes this so special? What made him so special that he not only is he not getting suspended, he gets to keep his fight and his title. You know what I mean? So they look like they're trying to make some different things happen with the WBA. We're gonna have to do the same thing with the WBC. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? The fighter's country or origin has to be highlighted. Ooh, okay. Well, actually, the crazy thing about that though, James, is there's other trainers and other fighters from that country that's saying, no, this is not the norm, and this is not what we do. We have other fighters and other trainers from that country that don't have that problem. You know what I mean? We heard the situation with Canelo. They said it was the meat. Now they saying this something he drunk, caffeine, coffee, something like that. I don't know. But they trying to say that whatever it is, it was something that he was drinking, and of course they're gonna blame his strength and conditioning coach. He gave me something in my drink that wasn't. But listen. This is the second time, Eddie Renuso. I don't have no problem with nobody, no fighter, no trainer. But this is the second time that his team is popped dirty. So we have something happened one time. What we call is an isolated incident. Tea, coffee, I mean a drink. But come on, man. Tea is the reason was why we here. You know what I mean? Listen, all I know is this: if they do have that kind of stuff in tea and in meat over there, good gracious, you know what I mean? That's kind of got me puzzled right there. If they out there can eat something and drink something and get competitive advantages against other fighters, man, we got to look at that. You know what I mean? Should they be allowed to train over there? Should they? I mean, do the facilities got to be checked? All I know is at the end of the day, it ain't the first time somebody cheated. It won't be the last. But the fact is that they're giving this man a pass, saying that it was in his drink. Is it true that doesn't improve but is illegal? I don't know. I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I would think that it give you it got to give you some sort of advantage, or else it wouldn't be banned. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as a banned substance that it don't give you no advantage. It wouldn't be banned. You know what I mean? So I don't know what each and everything does. I don't know if it make you strong. I don't know if it make you fast. I don't know if it give you more endurance. All I know is illegal. He took it. He should be suspended. But it got to do something else to your body. You know what I mean? I get it. It helps lose weight, but it got to do something else for them to be doing it. The strength and conditioning coach and the fighter going to say, yeah, we're doing it just to lose weight, but it's more to it than that. That's just my educated guess, my educated opinion. But it set off a firestorm in the sport of boxing, in which, of course, Devin Haney spouted out. He think the whole camp is on something, Canelo included. Caleb Plant, he's fired off a firestorm of things, which he says he also feel that it's something, shady with the camp. That led to Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia having a spat. Caleb Plant and Canelo had a little back and forth on Twitter and Instagram. So, it definitely got the sport's attention. But I just think, listen, to be honest with you, I think in the sport of boxing, I think all cheats, all people who had if you get caught, I don't care what happened. If you get caught, you should be sat down for 6 months to a year. Don't matter who the fighter is. I don't care who can't be with. I don't care who he with. If you get caught with something that's banned, you have a list. They give you a list. They give you a list of stuff. You cannot get this. You hire professional people to do these things for you. They're supposed to go through all of these things to make sure that everything that comes to you is on the straight and narrow. Everything that comes to you, that enters in you, is not on this list. You have people that you hire professionally. These are not coming up. These are professional world champion fighters. You know what I mean? The creme of the creme. You know what I mean? These people pay people millions and millions of dollars to do these things. Just like when we're going to get to Wilder later, but just like when Wilder was complaining about his situation, I don't buy it. I don't go for it. I don't care if it's true. I don't buy it because you pay people big money to make sure these things don't happen to you. I suspect a major scandal is on the way. One or more of the rating organization is going to be found to be dirty. Well, yes, I agree with that too. I mean, they got to get this in order. They got to get this in order. I mean, boxing just got too many hands in the pot, too many people out here touching on things, doing things that's tainting the sport, and they got to fix it. You know what I mean? Just on a competition level, you know, it's plenty of good fights coming up, plenty of competition, plenty of good situations that's going to happen on the horizon. We don't need this in the sport of boxing right now. You don't need people being able to pop dirty and still keep their fight. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have to go through that. You know what I mean? Setting up the live chat on YouTube, y'all. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. There we go. You know what I mean? Accountability should be essential. Therefore, I agree. Exactly, man. Shout out to y'all over there. Shout out on the YouTube chat. Also, what up, Boxing the DC, man? So, what do y'all think though? What should be his? I think a lampstone strong is brewing. Listen. We all know stars get protected in all sports. Canelo is the face of boxing. And he's connected to this camp. So they trying their best to sweep everybody past it, and they trying their best to make it not look like a certain thing because they don't want to indict the face of boxing. We get it. But the face of boxing also had a situation where he failed the drug test. So we get it. But somehow, some way, you got to fix this situation, man, because we cannot have people in the ring with people who have different things in their system and they can get away with it because they connected to the face of boxing. And I'm not blaming Canelo, but we all know stars get different treatment in every sport. The biggest stars are going to get away with things that the smaller stars can't. We just know that. So we got it, but still, they got to do something to fix this situation. I mean, let me move on because this is getting out of control. From all of this, right? Like I said, do you think this is the reason why Ryan Garcia stepped back too? I don't know. But him and Devin had a nice back and forth. All I know is right now, let's speak on Devin Haney right now. Is Devin Haney really the boogeyman of the 135-pound division? Because I'm not going to lie to y'all, he can't get nobody in the ring. I mean, they having a hard time getting this man in the ring. You know, getting somebody in the ring with him. And Ryan Garcia, you know, they go back and forth. They do more fighting on Twitter than they do in the ring. But, I mean, is Ryan Garcia going to come back? Is they actually going to put him in the ring with Devin? We don't know. I mean, you did fight a fight to become the man's mandatory and still didn't fight him. You did. And then you wanted to fight his other mandatory and didn't make that fight happen either. So, I mean, right now, this whole Reynoso camp, other than Canelo, the rest of the camp looking real shaky. The rest of that camp is looking real suspect. You know what I mean? And they need to fix that. And on top of that, Oscar, Ryan's man, he just backed out of his fight. And I'm praying, listen, not to say the man lying or not. Ryan Garcia wants no problem with Devin Haney nor Tank. Yeah, I agree. What you think about Ryan? I mean, what do you think about Devin and JoJo though? That's the fight I really want. I want to see the Devin and JoJo Diaz fight. I think JoJo has came into his own. His upset over Tevin Farmer. Then he did the same thing to Fortuna. He's earned the right to be in the ring with Devin. Let's make it happen, Eddie. Let's make it happen. I think JoJo Diaz versus Devin Haney is a good fight. I'm over Ryan Garcia. I don't even want to hear nothing else from Ryan Garcia until he get in the ring and fight somebody. You know what I mean? I just think and also, like I said, the whole camp, other than Canelo right now, just looking mad crazy. You know what I mean? The whole camp is looking crazy. You know what I mean? Because Ryan had to leave for the mental issues. Valdez just popped the drug test. Oscar praying for his safe and healthy his health and all that. And he can't get in the ring. And Evander Holyfield is taking his place in the fight with Victor Belfort. And we'll get to that a little later. Now that T.O. doesn't want to fight Loma, Haney should fight Loma. Neither T.O. or Haney want Tank because they know they can't beat Tank. Well, here's the thing. Teofimo is in an awkward situation because Teofimo stepped out there on a fight that Triller. Okay, Triller got bamboozled. Triller put together a fight card with thinking that Evander Holyfield versus Tyson or Evander Holyfield versus someone was going to be the headliner of the fight. And that's what made them pay Teofimo the $6 million and put him on a pay-per-view card. Because we all know the next fight against George Karabakis and Teofimo is not a pay-per-view fight. Because George just not enough people know who George is. And frankly, not enough people don't think the fight is going to be competitive enough to be a pay-per-view fight. So he has to get that fight out the way somehow, some way. They got to get that fight in the ring and get it done. Triller just going to have to bite the bullet, pay the man the money they didn't want to pay, get that fight over with. You know what I mean? I guess they should do a versus battle that night and give people discount prices on the fight or something. Do everything on the one night, get that fight out the way, and then Tio and Loma what happened. Loma 2 what happened first. I don't see Tio being afraid to fight Loma again. I mean, like I said, I don't see Loma beating him in a rematch. I see Teofimo beating Lomachenko kind of easy. Even I honestly, I think Teofimo will beat Lomachenko easier than he beat him the first time. And he might stop him. That's my honest to God opinion. I think he took more out of Lomachenko than people think. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of people saying Loma was injured. Loma took forever to get warmed up. It's a reason why he wasn't running in on that young boy during that fight. It's a reason why he was taking his time getting to that young man during the course of that fight. You know, he wasn't just jumping out there for a reason. That young boy had some hot sauce that was coming back off that jab that he didn't want to deal with. That's just my opinion. I don't really see, like I said, I see that fight happening because that's a money fight for him. And in his mind, that's a fight that he can win again. So I don't see him not taking the Loma fight. We need JoJo Diaz, Devin Haney, go ahead and get that fight over with. Let Loma get this George Karabakis fight out the way. Then go ahead and fight the Lomachenko 2 fight. Then that opens up the door for a whole lot of things. You know what I mean? Now there's even talk of Tank fighting Rolly. What? Tank fighting Rolly? I can see them doing that. And honestly, y'all, for those that might not want to believe it, it might end up being a little better fight than you think. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Loma has no tricks that will work against Tio. That youth and size will win it again. I agree. You know what I mean? I absolutely agree. You know what I mean? Shout out to you. We all know he ain't fighting Loma again. Oh, hey, buddy, you want to come up in here? You want to get up in here? Send me your email address. Let's get up in here. Get up in here. I know Lomachenko your favorite fighter. I mean, let you. You know what he's gonna do to your man. You know what he's gonna do to your man. Lomachenko going out this time. You know it. I know it. The world know it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send you an invite right now. Don't say nothing, buddy. I got you. Yeah. He talking about he not fighting Loma again. I don't see why he wouldn't. I mean, he wasn't a fight easy. It wasn't. Loma came on in the second half of the fight, but we all know it wasn't enough. He was down like 7 rounds to none, 6 rounds to 1, and something like that. And then we all saw what Teofimo did to him in the 12th. We saw what he did in that 12th round. That 12th round didn't go well. Didn't go well for Mr. Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? That 12th round just didn't do him no love. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? That's what we talk about. Hold on, let me send this thing to my man Charlie. We're gonna get it in. I'm gonna have to come back. Yeah. But yeah, he'll beat Lomachenko again. Like I said, I see him beating Loma easy. I see him getting Loma out of there. I see Loma looking at the ring lights. I see Roma going out like Chocolatito. That's what I see. You know what I'm saying? That's what I see happening in the rematch. I see Lomachenko going out like Chocolatito when he fought I forgot his name. The guy, I mean, and I actually thought the first time that Chocolatito fought the guy, for what is his name? Oh my God. I had it come to me, but I thought Chocolatito won the first fight. But the second fight, dude made sure it was no doubt in there, nobody's mind that got Chocolatito out of there in the fourth. I don't see Lomachenko getting knocked out that soon, but I do see Tio eventually, saying forget about all the hijinks, thinking he could take his best shot and going out there and get him out of there to make a statement to set up for a fight. But what y'all think about Tank and Rolly? What y'all think about Tank and Rolly? You know what I'm saying? Well, I see why I bring them. See if I can bring a couple of my boys in here. What y'all think about Tank and Rolly though? I actually think that's gonna be a better fight than people think. I think that'll be a better fight than people think. It's not all bad. You know what I'm saying? It's not all bad because actually, as crazy as it is, Rolly can punch. And he's awkward. It's a stay busy fight for Tank. Who you want to see fight? I mean, I realize you like Tank. So tell me this. Who do you want to see Tank fight? I know who I want to see Tank fight, but who do you want to see Tank fight like right now? What's a fight right now that would do it for you with Tank? You know what I mean? I think Rolly can bring some fireworks. I mean, no way, no how. I think Rolly makes it out of this fight in one piece. You know what I mean? I do think eventually when the dust settled that Rolly would probably be, carried out that joint on a stretcher. Yeah. That's it. That's the fight I want. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like I tell it, I get in trouble every time I say this, man. Listen, man. Josh Taylor is a dog. Josh Taylor's a dog. I respect Josh Taylor to the utmost, to the fullest. I respect Josh Taylor. If Tank doesn't gas, he eventually knocks him out. Knock who out? Josh Taylor? Knock Josh Taylor out? That what you saying? Please, Marcus, explain to me. Knock who out? You saying you saying that Tank knock out Josh Taylor out? Oh. All right. Yeah. Oh, he's gonna listen. Eventually he's gonna, in that fight right there, Rolly will make it exciting. Rolly might even land a couple of shots that make people go ooh, ah, and get the crowd into it. Cause see, listen, this is what you're gonna get with Rolly versus Tank. You're gonna get somebody who actually is going to come in the ring and try to knock him out. You know what I'm saying? And try to knock him out. So eventually, but what I do see eventually Tank catching him like was, leaving one of them wide shots out there with a little too long, and sort of like the Leo Santa Cruz. I see him flattening Rolly before the fight is over. I mean, but it'll be an exciting fight while it lasts. Because Rolly's gonna fight him. Rolly's going to fight him. Rolly's not going to sit there and run around the ring and do that. Rolly going to come to rumble. So I do see eventually, it's like I said, for an excitement standpoint. I know everybody want to see Tank fight the whole world, but listen, a fight with Tank and Rolly is not the end of the world. It's not that bad of a fight. You will get you get your popcorn. Don't go far. Don't go far because it could end at any moment. But yeah, it's going to be a firefight till it happens. Till it's over. But yeah, he will eventually land one of them missiles and Rolly will be flattened. Ain't that what y'all want anyway? Ain't that what many of y'all want anyway? What we got? Okay, Antoine Russell. Well, okay. Why you want to see him fight Gary Antoine Russell? Even Jake Paul don't want to fight no real fighters. Jake Paul don't want to fight any real fighters. Let's just be clear about that. Jake Paul don't want to fight no real fighters. We all know that. Jake Paul, listen, let's look at, if you look at Jake Paul last fight, I think that was enough to scare him back to reality. You know what I mean? I think that was enough to scare him back to being where he realized that They need to find another. And I don't even see if the height train. Like I asked when the fight happened, where does he go from here? Because this fight was kind of like okay. You know, some of the hype and some of the steam came off of him now because now folks see that he's really not as good as they was hyping him up. See now that we done seen you in a couple big title wins and Tank becomes the most popular fighter in boxing. That depends. That depends on which fights happen. Because see, here's the thing. With that 147-pound division being as stacked as it is, whoever emerges out of that pile, whether it's Terrence Crawford, whether it's Earl Spence, and I'm not even going to rule out Ugas. I doubt it. But whoever comes out of that heap, the man, has got to be the face of boxing. It's got to be the face of boxing. You know what I mean? It just has to be, to me. I don't care what no other division do. I don't care what no other division to do. 135, 130, 154, 168. I don't care what anybody does. If they find a way next year to unify and get an undisputed champion at 147, whoever that person is the face of the sport. Is the face of the sport. You know what I mean? But Tank Dane will definitely. Tank is going to be a pay-per-view star. He's with the money team. He's going to be the face of the. He's going to be one of the biggest faces of the sport. But I just think that whoever comes out at 147 as the man, whoever emerges as the guy, will be the face of the boxing. Will be the face of sports. What y'all think about that? That's me. We got a lot to get into now. But what you think about that? I mean, that's just my gut. That's my for me. For me, I think that whoever comes out and senior. KJ65, tell me why you want to see Gary Antoine Russell and Tank. Tell me why you want to see that. What do you think about that, James? I just think that yeah, because that 147-pound division is just so stacked. You got like 10 fights, 10 fighters, legit fighters in there, former world champions, current champions, becoming champions. It's just a whole great big pot of stew at 147. So whoever comes out of that as the undisputed champion of the world has got to be the face of boxing. They got to be. Speaking of the face of boxing, Caleb Plant, who's about to fight the face of boxing, is now training with no other than SOG himself, Andre Ward. And, you know, as they get prepared, don't rule out the possibility to take No. Tank versus the youngest Gary the Dog Russell will be a real slugfest to me. Yeah, definitely. That's my guy. That's my guy, man. Love Gary Antoine Russell. I've advocated for that fight since Gary Antoine Russell's last fight. Make no bones about it. I definitely would want that fight. I just want to hear what your opinion was on it. If the heavyweights keep playing games, I agree has the chance to shine. No one ever thought Pat would one day win at 147. I agree with that, but you think he's ready to go up there with them dogs now? I mean, you know, listen, 147 got some fighters. The dude, I think Holyfield is the GOAT. How do you think he do against Wilder before Fury 2? You mean Holyfield at his best? No, Tank not handling them big dudes at 147. Spence would jab that man to death. I kind of gotta agree with Marcus on that one, James. The dude, are you talking about Evander Holyfield in his prime versus Wilder in his prime before he lost to Fury? Is what you asking me? I just think that Tank will have to wait for that division to thin out before he go. Because listen, he a great fighter, but them dudes, it's some dogs. I've been 147 now. Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence, Boots Ennis. No disrespect, but this ain't no Mario Barrios now. This ain't no Mario Barrios. You know what I mean? This ain't no Mario Barrios. You know what I mean? Not saying nothing, taking nothing from Tank, but you talking about going up into a weight class where these dudes are legit. You know what I mean? U.S. Olympians, multiple time world champions. I don't think he can go up there right now. First, you know what? Let's get to Josh Taylor first. If he gets through Josh Taylor flawlessly, effortlessly, then we could talk 147. But I gotta see him get through Josh Taylor first, which is a 4-course meal. The dude, a fight with Water Holyfield in his prime versus Deontay Wilder. Holyfield kills him. Holyfield kills him. And I'm gonna tell you why. Holyfield kills him because you gotta remember, Holyfield been in the ring with some bangers. I mean, don't get me wrong, Deontay Wilder punching power is real, but we saw the first fight with him and with Fury. Just that little bit of movement was able to give him all kinds of problems. So I don't see no way. And Evander could roll, bro. Evander could roll. You know what I'm saying? Evander I just think Evander would be way too much for Wilder. You know what I mean? I just think Evander be way too much for Wilder. I mean, all of those guys, Lennox, Evander, all of those guys, get him out of there. Take shots to give shots. Not a good recipe for bigger dudes. What's up, Boxing Loaded, man? How you doing, champion? He should spring forward from a win over Taylor to Bud for Tank. Now, listen. Like I said, Tank got to get through Josh Taylor first. You know what I mean? He got to get through Josh Taylor first. If he get through Josh Taylor and now listen, if he struggled with Josh Taylor, if we sitting there glued to the set and it's one of those fights where we like, then I don't know, that should tell you whether or not he should be able to go at the 147. Now, if he blows through Josh Taylor, knocks Josh Taylor out, hurts Josh Taylor, that's a whole nother conversation. But I'm just saying, he got to get through that first. Because Josh Taylor, like I tell everybody, Josh Taylor is a dog. Josh Taylor is a full-blown dog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he can roll to the side. You talking about, when you say roll to the steps to the side, you talking about Evander? You talking about Evander, or like I said, now speak. You know what? Let's talk about Deontay Wilder. Speaking of Deontay Wilder, I'm gonna say this about Deontay Wilder. Nothing else. The training that he's doing, I'm just talking about the physical aspect, not talking about necessarily what they're doing on the mitts and in the ring, but the actual training he's doing is, he look good. I'm just gonna be honest. He look good. That Bama is chopped completely up. He fight ready now. Now, for all those skill-wise, I'm still worried about what I see him doing actually in the ring, because I want to see him. If he can show me that he can throw punches from different angles, other than just that straight right, because even though the way they find it now is way faster than he's been throwing it, it's way crisper, it's way sharper. So don't get it twisted. That right hand still may land and get it over with. Like I said, the way he's throwing it now is like woof. Like the Jones, he's firing that thing like a pistol now. So he's not just throwing it like ducking and just swinging no more. He's actually popping that thing. So don't get it twisted. Let me say this. Everybody in the heavyweight division better hope Fury pulls this off, because there's nobody else in that weight class that's gonna stand in front of what he's firing. What he got right now is enough to beat every other heavyweight out there. Period. All of them. Joshua, Dylan White, all of them dudes cannot stand in front of him with what he's doing now. But Fury, oh man, Fury is just his Achilles heel. So if he can find a way, which for the Fury fans and the Wilder haters, be very careful, because Fury does not look that focused, and that might be the difference in this fight. A focused Wilder, a cut up, ready to go Wilder, and an unfocused Fury may end up in that ring. You know what I mean? Fury might just show up just to try to do his job because of the money, and he don't. And in his mind, he really think he got Wilder in the bag. But Wilder, man, Wilder look good. What you think about the lightweight division, Rolly versus Tank? we just talked about that, but no problem. Let me say this too. Rolly versus Tank is not as bad a fight as people think. You know what I mean? It's gonna be an exciting fight. Rolly gonna come to fight. Rolly not gonna run around the ring, and Rolly gonna come up there and really let his hands go, and we'll get a competitive fight. But eventually, I think Tank finds a way to land in one big shot, and Rolly gonna get carried out the ring on a stretcher, something like that. Fury is scared. Nah, I wouldn't say Fury is scared because Fury one of them dudes that just don't care. Fury just don't care. Fury got focus issues. That's his problem. His problem is staying focused. I don't think Fury's scared enough. Fury Fury one of them dudes. Fury got caught cheating, so I think he knows Wilder's mad. I'm just being honest. Fury is one of those dudes that he got focus issues. He got focus issues, which got him in trouble before. You know what I mean? And listen, and he got a little bit of that New England Patriot in him. He got a little bit of that New England Patriot. I mean, they know how to stretch the rules and they know how to get away with things. But the thing about Fury is this: he got focus issues. He's one of the people that he just don't handle success well. You know what I mean? He want to go out and party. He want to go hang out, and he want to like you seen him. Like which fight was it? I think the Shakur fight. He came to the Shakur fight drunk. You know what I mean? Yelling all on the screen and, you know, cursing and all great line on live TV. So, I mean, I think, listen, for the Fury fans and the Wilder haters, the reports that we're getting from Fury's camp don't look good. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that's going to dictate the fight, but he does not seem to be. He just don't seem like to be focused on the fight. He's more concerned with being the celebrity that he became after beating Wilder. Deontay got to look for more than one punch knockout. Exactly. Neither Fury nor Wilder are scared. They are men who fight hard. Fury may be unfocused, but he's not scared. I agree. Yeah, I don't. The Gypsy King ain't scared of nothing. That's the part you can't convince me. You know what I mean? Because the fact is that man did come straight off the street, fought two nothing fights that didn't mean nothing. Wasn't even no competitive fight and all that. They wasn't even televised. If you didn't know how to stream, you couldn't even see the two fights that he fought. And the two fights was nothing. And he came straight out the garage and said, "Hey man, I'm overweight and all that," and still jumped in the ring with Wilder. He not scared. He don't care. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, he doesn't respect Wilder's skills. He doesn't respect them. So in his mind, he feel he can beat Deontay Wilder in any condition that he's in. He feel he can beat Deontay Wilder any way he can, which could be his unraveling because that Bama Deontay Wilder is chiseled right now. I mean, like he's flat out ready. You know what I mean? Like he could fight tomorrow. You know what I mean? In terms of the shape he's in. Like this is the best shape I've ever seen him in. You know what I'm saying? If you're a matchmaker, what fight would you make mandatory right now? Oh, Canelo Alvarez versus Boo Boo Andre. Without a doubt. Canelo Alvarez versus Boo Boo Andre would be the fight I make. You know what I mean? That'd be the first fight. That'll be the first fight on my to-do list. Then speaking of Canelo though, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. Just like I told everybody before the Ugas Pacquiao fight, do not be surprised. Don't. Hey, listen. Hold on. I see you, Jay. Hey, I see you, Jay. Listen. All right. Let me say this. But before we get to any of that, I'm gonna say this now. Don't be surprised if Caleb Plant pull it off. I'm gonna say this again because everybody told me I was crazy when I said about Ugas. Don't be surprised if Caleb Plant pull it off, but the scorecard still give it to Canelo. Don't be surprised if Caleb Plant actually outbox him, but the scorecards go to Canelo. Don't be surprised. Beating Canelo going is a tall order. To get the judges to give you the fight is a tall order. We seen that with Triple G. You know what I'm saying? The first Triple G fight. I thought he won the second fight with Triple G, but I thought Triple G clearly won the first fight. And I was voting for Canelo that night. You know what I mean? But yes, don't be surprised. I would like to see Plant win, but I will be surprised. Like I said, it's not just beating him. It's not just beating him. It's getting the judges to actually say, yeah, you the winner. Because I thought it was clear. I thought it was clear. And let me ask y'all something. Hold on, because somebody, a fighter brought this up last night. I'm not gonna say the fighter's name. Well, I can say the fighter's name. Anthony Durrell made a good point last night when he was doing the interview. He made an awful good point last night. How many of y'all, and he was on Canelo's side. He was on Canelo's side, but he did make a good point. How many of y'all think Canelo legit cheated the sport in terms of performance enhancements? You know what I mean? And he made a valid argument. He made a valid argument. He said he loved Canelo and he was shooting. I mean, I'm talking about he was in the comment section shooting people down who was trying to come for Canelo. But he did say it is a few things that make me say it's possible. It's a few things that make him say it's possible. But like I say again, I love the fact that Caleb Plant is working on Andre Ward. And everybody was like, it don't make a difference. It don't make a difference. Yeah, it do. Yeah, it do. Yeah, it do. Yeah, it do. Yes, Andre Ward can't fight for him. No, he's not going to get in the ring with him and all of a sudden, yeah, you got a point there. Canelo would have to be knocked out to lose the decision. That's good. Canelo did use PEDs. It's just a matter of science. Okay. Man, listen. He, like I said, I like what Caleb Plant doing. I like the way Caleb Plant is talking. And a lot of people like Caleb Plant should keep his mouth shut, but I think Caleb Plant did by rattling in his cage, talking about that PED stuff, and the way Canelo was responding, you could tell that Caleb Plant is getting to him. Which is everybody, well, you don't want to make Canelo come out of you. It's a fight. He ain't supposed to sit there and say, you can say mean stuff to me and I can't say mean stuff back. No, he's winning the psychological game. Because Canelo, the way Canelo is responding to him and the way he's getting out of sorts, I think that definitely is getting to Canelo. And then on top of that, is everybody now see you in the gym with SOG Ward. Now, let me tell you something now. Andre Ward is a very crafty, very, very crafty boxer who knows how to use the ring, who knows how to use a few tricks or two. That old Bernard Hopkins used every little angle, every little trick. All Caleb Plant got to do is learn a few of those, and it's a whole different fight. You know what I'm saying? Do you think that's why Ryan backed up his last fight? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think Ryan Garcia's camp lost faith in him in the Luke Campbell fight. Even though he came back and won that fight, I think that the fact that Luke Campbell is not a puncher at all and legit dropped him, I think that caused people to be like, yeah, we got work to do. Because like I said, Luke Campbell was coming off COVID. You know what I mean? They pushed the fight back like a little bit, not even far because he had COVID. And then they put that man right back in the ring. And then let me tell everybody this. You don't know how much his body was still hurt from COVID. We don't know how much his body was still dealing with the lingering effects of that. And for him to come off that and a guy who can't punch to legit drop him, like he caught him, bam, put him down, like he had to shake it off. You know what I mean? Get himself back together. And yeah, he was able to get himself back together and stop Luke Campbell. But again, Luke Campbell's not a puncher, and you was able to, hit him. And who knows? Like I said, the code. I mean, don't get me wrong, that was a massive body shot. But I just think that De La Hoya and them guys saw that and be like, we can't put you in the ring with Tank and Teofimo, and you doing that. And we just they don't think he can outbox. They don't think he can outbox Devin Haney. You know what I mean? Do you think Andy Ruiz will get caught up on the mix? He gonna have to do something like go over there and fight Dylan White or something in order to get his buzz back, because Fury's not gonna fight him. Joshua's not gonna give him another fight, and Wilder may do it, but of course, Wilder's definitely going to I believe Canelo was ducking on, but no one else. He got knocked out in the first round with headgear. People said that. But the guy said he knocked him down. Hey, what's up, my guy? I have not forgot about you, bro. I have not. And I'm so glad you tapped in today. I have not forgot about you, man. I actually got you. I still got the thing written down too, man. I have not forgot about you, man. I ain't forgot you. I'm sorry. Like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it's something going on with this particular sparring partner, and I just seen him. God, I'm sorry, y'all. I can't think of his name, but he was just it's a young up-and-coming fighter as well. It's an up-and-coming fighter as well that they say he dropped the TO or hurt TO or something like that. And I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm laughing loudly about Garcia fighting Tank. I'm doing fine anyway. I know. I haven't forgot about you though. I have not. I actually got it. I got it in my I got it in my phone over here, man. My apologies, man. It was a lot going on, but I had not forgot about you, man. I'm gonna send you a shirt, and we definitely gonna chop it up. I'm so sorry. I have not forgot about you though. You know what I mean? But yeah, y'all, Teofimo. I mean, listen, this is the thing though. Sometimes sparring harder than the fight. Sometimes sparring is harder than the fight. Because I mean, man, from what I hear, and when the more and more I talk to different fighters, man, from what I hear, man, a lot goes on in the gym that we don't know about. You know what I mean? There's a few people that had to get carried out the gym or got took out the gym and had to come back and all that. And then we look them in the ring and we think they're spectacular, but somebody in the sparring session done beat them up. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure I ain't missing nothing. We'll skip the Conor Ben talk, the Oscar De La Hoya talk. We'll skip all that. Oh, the purse bid for Crawford and Porter. Eddie Hearn said he definitely is going to be an active player. We're trying to get Crawford and Porter on the DAZN platform. Thank you, by the way. You have a cool deep voice. Just saying. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. The dude 60-40. We all know that Crawford is gonna get the lion's share of the money, which with this purse bid going on, the money not gonna be an issue. The money not gonna be an issue because now you got all these guys, the purse bid. What is it? All right, the purse bid is this. So what happens is this. The WBO has ordered Porter and Crawford to fight, right? And in order to keep his belt, if Sean Porter says I want to go through with the fight, Bud has to fight Porter. If Porter said I want to do the fight has to happen. That's the only way for it not to happen. Now, if any kind of way Crawford says no, they strip him of his title. So he either fights Porter or he loses his belt. So then Top Rank and PBC couldn't reach an agreement. No shocker there. And now the WBO is ordering a purse bid. So with the purse bid, that means anybody that's a promoter, DAZN, PBC, Top Rank, Triller, Whoever got a way of promoting the fight, anybody with a promotional company can bid on the fight, and whoever has the best bid to the fighters gets to put on the fight, and it's only their promotion. It's not a co-promotion. It's nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So the technical sport terms are difficult for me to understand, like purse bid or PBC, top rank, or WBO. Well, these are the people who actually behind the scenes put together the fight. You know what I mean? That's all that is. They're not actually nobody that's gonna, they the people that, they the people that behind the scenes that make sure that the fighters actually the fights get made and they actually get in the ring. So that's who all those people are. They are merely just the people that put the fights together, not the actual fighters themselves. But yeah, that's what's going on with that. But see, listen, in sense, right? In a sense, though, the great thing about it is we know we're going to get a fight. It's going to purse bid. It's taking a little longer to get the deal done, but we do know it's going to be a fight. You know what I'm saying? Are they like businessmen or organizers to boxing event? Yes, that's what they are. They are the businessmen. They are the businessmen that put together the fights and make the fight happen, and that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what they do. You know what I mean? So, but listen, like I said, what we do know is we got to fight. The fight will get made. So the question to be is, who do it matter to y'all what platform is on? Do it really matter what platform is on? Do you want a specific platform to be to get the fight, or does it matter to you? Yes, they are the money. They are the money. They are the guys who put together the big money. They are the ones. You know what I mean? They make the money. They pay the money. They get the money. Yeah, that's what they are. Money. Me personally, I'm gonna say this to you. I'm gonna say this to a lot of people. For Top Rank, if they lose this purse bid, we have seen the last of Terrence Bud Crawford. I'm gonna tell you now. I'm gonna tell y'all now. Here's the issue with DAZN. They're not gonna win the purse bid. DAZN is not gonna outbid Triller or PBC. They're not gonna do it. So let's bust it down. Top Rank not winning the purse bid, neither is DAZN. It's gonna come down to the PBC or Triller or someone else. They're not winning it. And if somehow, some way, Eddie Hearn does throw the book out there and get that fight, that also sends a message to the boxing world. Because what that means is we all know that more than likely, if Top Rank don't come up with a lot of money and put a lot of money out there and win this purse bid, but Terrence Bud Crawford is leaving Top Rank. That's over with. If DAZN wins this purse bid, that means he's not going to PBC either. See what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, or he might just go independent like Canelo and let Eddie Hearn broker his deals, however good that may be. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to Triller or PBC. Let's just be honest. It's going to come down to Triller or PBC, because here's the thing. The zone is good for the viewers. The zone is good for the viewers because you only got to spend $20 a month for a fight. And people like that. That's cool. But what about the times when it ain't no fight? You know what I mean? But again, $20 is better than 75, 65, 80. I get it, y'all. But then you got to ask DAZN this. If you really want to do what's best for the viewers, then do what's best for the fighters. Because the fighters make more money on pay-per-view than they do through DAZN. And that's where the problem lies. See what I'm saying? See, the zone makes a ton of money off the fight, a ton of money off the gate, a ton of money off the subscriptions. So If I pay a fighter $30 million, but off the fight, I made close to $1 billion. See what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So what's $35 to pay? That's a drop in a bucket. You know what I'm saying? But with for the true people who use pay-per-view for the way it's supposed to be used, they're doing pay-per-view to get the fighters more money. See what I'm saying? Of course, they making a gang of money as well. They all in all fights, they all making a gang of money, but the fighters get paid more money through pay-per-view. So if you want to get rid of pay-per-view and make yourself the essential thing, you got to pay the fighters more money. Even though you think you're paying them more, but the pay-per-view stars are the ones who drive the sport. You can pay all the smaller fighters more money. The fighters that people really just looking for and watching, but they're not household names. You can pay them more and draw them over there. But eventually, when it comes time to make a mega fight, we run into this same brick wall. You know what I'm saying? Sports has almost become a money game and care less about the audience, in my humble opinion. Selecting good underground athletes would much better be than paying popular boxers $500. They get paid a lot more than that. They get millions. You know what I mean? Yeah, they get paid millions. Man. But yeah, that's the situation. You know what? To all my boxers, I got a question for all the boxing fans in here. This came up in the boxing knowledge group today. I really got to ask this question. And at the top of their game, both fighters at the top of their game, who wins between Muhammad Ali and Rocky Marciano? I didn't make this up. This was an actual topic. That I saw today. So I said to myself, I'm gonna ask y'all when I come on here today. You tell me. I know what I think. I know what I believe. But y'all tell me who you think. Who wins? Rocky Marciano, Muhammad Ali at the top of their game. You know what I mean? Y'all mean? Talk to me. Showtime Sean Porter doesn't need ESPN pay-per-view because he does commentary everywhere. Listen, everybody want that pay-per-view check, man. Everybody want that pay-per-view check. They say, hey, listen, man, that pay-per-view check, money different. That money different. You know, think about this. Canelo just fought at a sold out, not sold out, but 73,000 people at Texas, at Jerry World, right? Canelo, 73,000 people at Jerry World. And he's fighting on Fox pay-per-view against Caleb Plant versus fighting another fight on the zone. That tells you right there, that tells you everything you need to know about them pay-per-view. Them pay-per-view checks different. The pay-per-view check different. See what I'm saying? You know what I mean? This man just had one of the biggest gates in the history of the sport. The largest seated capacity for any boxing match in the history of the sport. But yet, he fighting on Fox pay-per-view on the next fight. Pay-per-view check's different. Wow, that's a lot of money. Lots of people struggle to make ends meet in the USA. Yet boxers make millions per fight, more than most people making a lifestyle. That's most sports. Though. You know, boxing, baseball, most sports, they do that. One win each and third can go either way. Which fight you talking about, Khaled? Which fight you talking about? I think on Facebook, the question has been asked 2,000 times. The real answer is that no one really knows. I see Ali winning, but it's impossible to know. That's true. Oh, you saying one and the third could go either? Nah. All right. Here's my thing. I don't see just off stylistically. Just I'm before we get into who fought who and when they fought them and all that, I'm just saying stylistically, Ali is a terrible matchup for him. Terrible matchup for him. Because Ali's reach is way longer than his. Ali is way taller than him. And Ali is way faster than him. All three of those things don't add up to a good night for that other guy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And back in their day, they fought 15 rounds. So maybe, Ali been in the ring with some real bangers, some real hitters and killers. So like I said, man, don't get enamored by the undefeated record. Not taking nothing from the dude. I'm going to give him his due. Even though Jersey Joe Walcott was 40-some years old, he was still winning fights before Rocky beat him. So I'm not going to take it's like Ugas beating Pacquiao. Everybody going to say that, Pacquiao was an old man, but Pacquiao was fresh off beating Keith Thurman. So you can't take the win from Ugas. So the same thing with Rocky. You know what I mean? Okay. Thank you, Khaled. I think he was 40. I think he was like 41 though, James. I gotta double check, but I think he was like 41. I know Ezra Charles was like 43. You know what I'm saying? I know Ezra Charles was like 43. And like I said, they was 39, 40 years old. And I think Joe Louis was like 30, like 39, 38 as well. But like I said, though, I'm not going to take these wins from him, but the conditions of these fighters and the miles was on the card. Like Jersey Joe Walcott fought for like 23 years. You know what I mean? You fought him in like year 21 or something like that. So I'm saying, so I'm not taking that from you, but the man has some miles on the car. It was some miles on the car. But anyway, none of them dudes, and I'm not taking none from Joe Louis, not taking none from the Brown Bomber. None of them dudes was as fast, hand speed, foot speed, coordination, athletic. None of their athleticism adds up to Muhammad Ali. No. And Ezra Charles went the distance with Rocky the first fight or the second. One of them fights, he fought Ezra Charles twice. One of them fights went the distance. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, Ali, I can't see Ali letting no. I can't see Ali losing that fight. That's just my honest opinion. I see Ali winning that fight, and I see Ali doing them grimy. You know what I'm saying? Same way I see Ali doing Joe Louis. I see Ali smoking Joe Louis too. You know what I mean? Where was I? I don't know. Oh, Shakur Stevenson, Jamel Hearn. They are set, locked, and loaded for Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I mean? Yo, so I swear I think he was older than that. I gotta look. Okay, I'm gonna take your word for. I thought he was older than that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, he was up there. I know he was up there because I know. Like I said, Jersey Joe Walcott fought for like 23 years. You know what I mean? Remember the boxer Ali? He was one of the most famous ones. One of the most. He was the most famous one. He was the most famous one. So listen, he was the one. The thing about him that stands out to this day is that he stood for, he was a fighter's fighter. He was the people's champ. No. Eddie Charles wasn't no 33. Come on. Hey, James, we gotta look that up now. Come on now. Hey, hold on. I gotta go to Google matter of fact, y'all know what? I'm so mean with it. We can go to Google right here. I ain't got to do it. I ain't got to do it. Hold on. We got to go to Google. Let me go to Google. We got to go to Google. We got to go to Google on that one. We got to go to Google. We got to pull that thing up. $19.21. Oh, man. Matter of fact, I got it. Hold on. As a Charles. As a Charles. Do I got as a Charles up here? I got that. I know how to pull it up on this screen, but we're going to go ahead. What the world? You know what? You're right. As a Charles was 95-25. So, I now see, here's the thing. Here's the thing now. Let's do, hold on. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he had 5 losses. He already had 5 losses when Rocky was born in 1923. Okay. Let's go to Jersey Joe. Jersey Joe Walcott. You know. Cook guard. Now Jersey Joe Walcott was born in 1914. Jersey Joe Walcott was born in 1914. So he was born in 1914 and he fought Rocky Marciano in 1952. You're right. You know what? You are right. He was 38. He was 38. 38 and Rocky was 31. Okay. Yeah, you're right. He was 38. And by that time, good God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He had 8 losses. He had 8 losses by then, or probably more than that. All right. Like I said, even before, but remember, I gave him credit for those wins. I didn't take those from him. I gave him anyway. Regardless of how old they was, I gave him the credit. I said they were still winning fights when he fought them, so I'm not going to take that from him. He had 16 losses before he fought Rocky. See, I said 8. I said 8. You know what I'm saying? I said 8. You know what I'm saying? 8 sound better. But nah, I'm not gonna take that. I'm not gonna take nothing from. I'm not gonna take those wins from Rocky. But like I said, to me, Ali, hand and foot speed, athleticism, everything was just mad different. He changed how big men boxed. You know what I mean? A lot of those bigger fighters, you know, the Joe Frazier's of the world and the Ken Nortons of the world, they became better fighters because they was in the ring with him. The Ernie Shavers of the world, they became better fighters because they was in the ring with him. You know what I mean? He made them step up their level of how to fight. Like I'm saying, because we haven't seen a heavyweight do what he's done since. You know what I'm saying? We haven't. We haven't seen a heavyweight that can move like Ali since then. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Evander was very technically sound, but he wasn't a real heavyweight, and he had to end up fighting them bigger boys because he couldn't. His power wasn't enough to keep them big boys off him. You know what I mean? So, and that's another thing that make Ali so unique. He wasn't even a real heavyweight. He wasn't even a real heavyweight. But we're not going. You know, I just seen that in the boxing knowledge group where they was talking about that. They was having a pretty interesting discussion about the career of Rocky Marciano versus Muhammad Ali and who they thought was greater. And I ain't even chime in. I just throw this in there, see what y'all think about it. You know what I'm saying? What y'all really think about who would actually win that fight. So speaking to everybody here, it frequently comes down to whoever is there at the time. The Walcott likely show how to fight what Ali would have gone, except Ali was bigger, faster, and how much better chin than Walcott. I agree. But what's the one fight everybody want to see right now? Since somebody asked me that, I told you the fight I want to see. That I feel that this gotta happen, regardless of what happened. Actually, you know what? Somebody brought up an interesting situation too. After this Caleb Plant fight, the winner of this fight needs to fight David Benavidez. Hopefully, it's a focused, ready to work David Benavidez. But I think the winner of the Caleb Plant Canelo fight needs to fight David Benavidez before they go anywhere, venture into anything else. You know what I'm saying? The way Ali knocked out George Foreman is why he is one of the greats. Yeah. See, that's the thing about the dude. Ain't no knocking out no Muhammad Ali. That ain't gonna happen. You're not knocking Muhammad Ali out. That's what I'm saying. Ain't no knocking Muhammad Ali out. It's not gonna happen. That man has been in the ring with the punches of punchers. Ernie Shavers, George Foreman. He's been in with the punches of punchers. So ain't no knocking Ali out. That's not gonna happen. So I'm saying, so then it come down to, so can he legit outbox Muhammad Ali for 12? He's not, you know what I'm saying? I just don't see it. I don't see it. Don't see how it goes. Styles just don't look that way. You know what I mean? Not taking nothing from the man, but it just, the styles don't match. The styles don't look good. Styles make fights. You know what I mean? That's why I keep telling everybody, people get enamored by certain fighters, man, but you gotta look at when they're in the ring with this particular person and then break down how this person looks against one another before you say, oh, this person is ducking this person or this person is scared of that person. Huh? That's what y'all want to do today. Somebody asked me about Holyfield and Wilder. Now I got Fred versus Ali. That ain't even a good gym workout, bro. None of these fighters of the day, no heavyweights of the day, none of them stands a chance against Ali. None of them. It's too easy. And that goes back to this thing. Because in boxing today, this is where I got to go with the trainers and all the people who be harping on the fighters of the day. This is the one thing, because I take up for the fighters of the day, but here's where I got to be real. The trainers of the day are trainers and not teachers. See, them guys back there was taught how to fight. See, there's a difference between knowing how to fight and fighting. See what I'm saying? It's a difference. See, a lot of people, see, it's like this. It's a lot of great athletes out there. You're faster than somebody. You hit harder than somebody, but do you really know how to fight? Do you really know how to get to the target, or do you just duck your head and just swing? It's a big difference. See what I'm saying? Do you really know how to punch from different angles? See, like this is, okay, prime example. Look at Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder has to punch. His punching power is all-time great. Generational. You may not find somebody that hit that hard. People that punch that hard come along once in a lifetime. But can he get to the target? See what I'm saying? Do you really know how to, You know, put your foot in the right place, put your hand in the right place, step to this place, step to that, and land the punch in the right spot that you wanted to land it on. You know what I'm saying? That's why, okay, prime example, that's why I say today, when, you know, they argue about women's boxing and who's the GOAT and who's the best, this and the third, I say today, right now, appreciate you, James, man. Appreciate you hanging with me, man. You know what I mean? It's always good to get your input, man. You kept me on my toes today, bro. I really appreciate you. That's the reason why I say Layla Ali will be a problem for just about any woman in the boxing ring today. You know what I'm saying? Today. If it was a Layla Ali in women's boxing right now, bro. Now, I'm not talking about when she first started boxing. I'm talking about, oh, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. Listen. We're going to keep working to make it better. You know, I'm not going to lie to y'all, man. I could have got a couple people on today for interviews, but it was a long, rough week for me, man. I was off my game. So, but like I said, I just love coming in here, chopping it up with y'all. So I ain't want to not do the show, because I was contemplating not doing the show at all today, man. But y'all make me feel good each and every time, man. So I appreciate you, bro. You know what I mean? I respect Wilder, and his punching strength is insane. But like you saying, his boxing, and like I said, it is not just that. Like I said, it's not just that. It's that, like I said, today you have a lot of trainers who train you to box, but they're not teaching them. See, it's a difference. Do you really know how to fight? Because it comes out at the most inopportune times. You know what I mean? And he should be, to be honest with you, he should be able to get Frey out there easy. He should be able to get Frey out of there. But because he lacks those fundamentals that was never taught him, that man gives him the blues. That's why many of us, we want him to win now, but we don't know. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? We want him to win, but we don't know. Because we hoping that these little things that he's learning now, the one or two new tricks that he's, because look, bro, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. If you look at Tyson Fury, all he's doing is moving his head. That's all he's doing. He's moving his hips and he's moving his head. His body never moves. He doesn't even move that fast. See what I'm saying? If Wilder knew, to be honest with you, I'm gonna tell you something that Wilder could do. If Wilder knew how to get behind his mitts and walk that man down, literally cut the ring off and walk that man down, one punch, he can get that man out of there just like that. But he don't know how to do that. See what I'm saying? It's forgotten fruit. See what I'm saying? A lot of people don't realize how powerful it is to be able to control the real estate of the ring. See what I'm saying? Them one or two things. Mayweather had a shoulder roll that and everybody like, well, the shoulder roll ain't nothing. It means everything, because that means he can control the space in the ring as long as he wants to, and because you don't know how to cut the ring off, he can stand there and roll them shoulders and make you miss all night long. And he's controlling the fight. And that fighter, every time he does that guy that's missing all these punches goes in the ring like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do to get this guy. These are the things that need to be taught. Teach these guys how to fight. And those who are out there who's teaching these guys the one or two nuances are the fighters that come out above the heat. That's why I keep telling everybody, listen, don't sleep on Caleb Plant, because I know Andre Ward is teaching them some tricks. Saves a lot of energy just with his neck and height. Yeah, he's 6'9". He's a big bammer. That's a big dude. That's a big dude. You got a tight end boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's a power forward in the NBA boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's a big guy. You know what I'm saying? That's a big guy. You know what I'm saying? That dude could legit get in shape and start for a basketball team or a football team right now at tight end or power forward. That's a big boy. So he already got the height and the angles on Wilder. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be honest. I like Fred a lot, and his boxing technique is slick. He moves great on his feet. Absolutely. Absolutely. But the thing about it is this. He's big and he moves slick, but let's be honest, he don't move. He could put it like this. Let me say it this way. Technically sound, he's the most technically sound boxer, heavyweight boxer in the game right now. Hands down. He's technically sound better than all of the rest of them. No question. No question. But that's because he's taking advantage of it. And I'm not, this is not a diss. I'm just saying he's taking advantage of a talent pool that's lacking teaching. See what I'm saying? Listen, I can break it down to you. Deontay Wilder, heck of an athlete, freakish power, not a whole lot of technique, not a whole lot of footwork. But if he can land that piston like right hand, you're gonna sleep. You're gonna sleep. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Anthony Joshua, robotic, good hooks, good whatever, power, strength, not a whole lot of technique. He can move a little bit better than Wilder, but he still lacks a lot of the fundamentals. And the Klitschko fight showed us that. You know what I mean? I respect Wilder for putting his belt on the line and Fred for taking the chance to be Wilder knockout 5 seconds away. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. But definitely. Joshua is robotic because he's a I mean, but see, that's the thing. That's part of what got him there. That part of what got him here because he could punch hard, hit his weightlifting, you know. But his biggest issue is, he's too robotic and he's chinny. And he's very chinny. You know what I'm saying? He's very chinny. So, like I said, I'm be honest with you, I don't want this to happen. I really don't want this to happen. But I would not be shocked. I would not be shocked if Usyk beat him. But I'm 32. I only started boxing in my 20s, so you know the history. I got you. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, though, man. Hey, man, but one thing I do, bro, I appreciate you, Caleb, man, because, man, you know, you definitely around all the fighters, and you be chiming in. And I appreciate that, man. You know what I mean? Man, y'all came through for me today, man. I was feeling down, man. I appreciate all y'all, man. I swear I do. But real quick. I think what y'all want to talk about? I'm all over the place, but tell me. Hopefully, I'll see you. Hopefully, I see you on Zab and Flash Live. They fire your input. I appreciate it, man. That Zab and Flat tried to rough me up on there, man. They tried to rough me up on there a couple times, man. But them good bros right now. Yes, shout out to Zab Judah, David Flash Sparks and them, man. Also, let me give my plug in there. Appreciate all y'all for tapping in, boxing the DC. You know, we do this every Monday at 3 p.m. You know what I mean? So, you know, tap in 3. You know, we now sponsored by Fierce Financial Groups. Also, you know, also shout out to my guy, Defy the Odds, clothing brand. You know what I mean? My brother. Appreciate all the love that y'all show. The Black Eye Media Room, the Just Different Podcast, Talk Your Podcast, and all of them in there. My man Bezel and all of them in the Black Eye Media Room. I respect both because their show is fire and they're doing a lot of positive. Yes, definitely. You know, celebrity boxing is here to stay. Celebrity boxing is something that, you know, listen, everybody, don't listen. I know we don't like what the Paul brothers is doing and this, that, and the third. I'm not mad at that. But here's the thing. You can't tell people not to make money. You know what I mean? some of these older fighters been, fighting to get paydays their whole career and they couldn't get them, and now they actually get an opportunity to do it. And you don't know why people are doing it. You know what I mean? They could be fighting just to, to help cause and their way of being able to take care of people who can't take care of themselves. So we don't never, knock it. And it also, I'm glad that they're giving people who didn't get their just opportunity in the sport of boxing, the opportunity to still go out there and put on fights, man. So, you know what I mean? If you don't like it, don't tune in. You don't like it, don't go. But I support it. You know what I'm saying? I'll be trolling in the comments on IG. Don't mind me on there when the show rolls. Hey, man, listen, I roll with it, man. You know me, I roll with it. It don't make a difference, man. You know what I mean? Just tell people about the Teen Lonely Child Boxing Show, keeping it real boxing. Also, get your merch, www.lonelychildmerch.com. You know what I'm saying? Get your merch. Tap in for me. That's just the bro. Yeah, that's what's up. I just sent them in. I know they running around today, man. But yes, everybody, once again, definitely. Y'all see me soon. I might tap in there with them tonight. You know what I mean? But definitely, listen, I know everybody got to go do for those that didn't, they got to go do their fantasy football drafts and all that type of thing right there. And I know it's Labor Day. Y'all got to get back to the cookout and all that though, man. I thoroughly appreciate y'all tapping in with me today, man. Like I said, we do this every Monday. I do got some more hot interviews on tap coming up. You know what I mean? This week, I just couldn't get to it, y'all. Man. You know what I mean? But I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Catch y'all on the next one, man. Okay.